see is the side of that green edge there. Just ease off now, this one's really sharp. Sound the horn now. Bit slower, that's enough. Hello there and welcome back, one and all, to Go To Driving School YouTube channel. Today I'm live with Jack. A beautiful Friday morning. Afternoon,
yeah.
12:15. So Jack, how's things?
Yeah, going well.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
And what did we do last lesson?
Last lesson we did the bay parking, so forward and reverse. That went pretty well. And then we quickly recapped the emergency stop.
Okay. So how do you feel about your bay parking?
I think it went pretty well. Maybe a thing to recap it again today, just to make sure I've got it.
Have you done it since in your own car?
I haven't done it in my car, but I did reverse yesterday in my car and it was alright.
Alright, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you want to recap that today?
Yeah, just go over it.
Alright. Did you say we did the emergency stop as well?
Yeah.
And what was that for? Why did we? Because we've done that before, didn't we?
Yeah, we've done it before. I think it was just remembering to check my my right shoulder blind spot.
Right.
After going, that's what that was a minor on my mock test.
Okie dokie.
So just recapped that.
Yeah.
Pretty much, and then remember to put the handbrake on before you take out gear. I think was one of them as well. But you said it in the last video, I think. Just try and remember to put the handbrake on before you take out a gear.
Why might that be important?
Just if someone were to hit you in the back before you take out a gear, you won't go flying. Effectively.
Yeah. Or you could come off the clutch first and stall, and you won't jerk forward either way. But yeah, both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And in terms of your general driving, was there anything we was looking at improving last lesson? That sort of.
I think it was on some of the roads I was doing like 25 when it was a 30, and I think my excuse was like the bumps, like the potholes, but you said we'd be fine down here.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
apart from that.
Alright. So you were consciously doing it?
Yeah.
It wasn't that you was at 25 and you weren't thinking about it, and it was just that you was. Yeah, I think the trick is when on such a what was the nature of that road that we're talking about? Narrow or wide?
Narrow, fairly. I don't know. It was a town road. That makes there were buildings either side of us.
The road itself, though, the road space. Do you remember?
I don't know if you would class that narrow, or some of it was narrow and some of it was quite wide. It's sort of a bit of both.
It's actually it's quite a wide road, and it's got quite a big central part, the hatch markings in the middle of the road, where you can drive in them if you need to, but don't just drive in it for no reason. So really, you want to be using the space around you to, spot the pothole from a distance. How would you spot it from a distance, a pothole?
Look for swerving cars and just look further ahead along the road. Yeah,
let's hope they spot it and swerve.
Yeah.
Well, not swerve, but just looking for darker patches of.
Yeah, as well.
Because it's dark underneath and it's probably damp sometimes and whatever. So, yeah, just try and keep getting up to speed really, if we can. If it is really narrow and tight though, you might want to be slower.
Yeah.
I think the other thing was visibility was excellent down the road, and we could sort of see, even if we did position for a pothole.
Yeah.
Everybody can see everybody, sort of thing. So just bear those in mind. So for today's lesson then, have you got anything that you want to sort of bring in today? So I'm aware that we've covered most things now at this point, and we're just building towards the driving test really, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know, it might be useful to just try and do a bit of everything.
Yeah.
Because obviously in my test I don't know what I'll be doing.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Just a bit of everything really.
How's about we do that and we centre it more now around the test area?
Yeah.
So, because it's full of challenges over there anyway, so I don't want any surprises for you when you go for your test. You go in and you're passing first time, aren't you?
Yeah.
No ifs, no buts. And you want to be confident with the area and know everything like that.
I sort of want to know. You said there's like 3 different routes, didn't you, that you can take?
There's many that I believe there's up to around 12 different, and they're all different variations of the last one, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
okay.
there's many, but what I meant is Yeah, you're right. What I did say was there's three ways you can turn out initially, and then wherever you turn off from then on.
There's different ways you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, we'll mix it up, do a bit of everything. I think. See what comes up and just see where you're at.
Yeah.
Anything you want me to keep my eye on?
Just if I make any mistakes.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Drive on when you're ready. Yeah, you're driving your own.
Yeah.
So at the roundabout, Jack will turn right, third exit.
Yep.
Just a couple of things just come into my mind there. We was talking about judgment, weren't we, and crossing the path of a few lanes to get to where we want to go. Is that something that we really went over last lesson? Because there was an issue on the mock, weren't there?
Yeah.
Freeze that thought, go ahead, second exit to the roundabout. We'll come back to that in a minute. Cloud in the sky. So we're going to not yet. We're going to turn right, third exit. So yeah, how are you feeling about the whole judgment thing? Did that come up at last lesson? Is that something you think could happen again, or do you recall that nearly a serious fault on the mock test we did?
Oh,
at the beginning.
Roundabout.
Yeah. We're going to go left at the next roundabout, by the way.
Yeah, I think it was just trying to get the power down and get a bit of run behind you, wasn't it?
Especially if you've already sort of kind of committed, just carry on through it. I think the hesitation sometimes can be.
Yeah.
We'll keep our eyes on it anyway. If I see you woman in or in, I'll try and help you be more decisive, yeah?
Yeah.
So left at the roundabout ahead, just to remind you. Also, one thing we haven't covered, which might be useful for 15-20 minutes outside of what we're doing, tell me if it's something that you want to cover. It's ideal that you do. These single lane country roads with passing places. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I think we've done that once, but it's like 5-10 minutes or so. It wasn't huge, but yeah, that would be good because obviously you're at some point bound to drive through a country road, and you got to sort of know how fast you can go around different type of bends.
Yeah. And sometimes it might not be through choice that you go there. It might be you might be following
diversion or whatever.
Exactly, sat nav and whatnot. So there is quite a few quirks to these roads.
Yeah, that would be good.
All right then. So I'll tell you what then. As a plan, let's head over to that there first. We'll do that, loop back round to the test area.
Yep.
Within that, we can do the Bay Park.
Yep.
This is a facility to do that. And then, that should keep us busy.
Yeah.
There's not really anything so far I could really advise you on with your driving. It's all going pretty well. How you getting on with your theory? You got that booked yet?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
11th of May.
Good. So when you pass that on the 11th of May, we'll get your test booked, eh? Yeah?
Fingers crossed.
If you want to do any theory, well, we do theory lessons, but if you want to concentrate on things in that sense a bit more, let me know.
Okay.
We could do 15 minutes theory each lesson from now if you wanted, or I could just share some bits that are important with you. Just let me know. I do that with some people if they want to.
No, I've got a book at home. It's like 30 different test papers, like 1,000 different examination questions.
Yeah, so you've got all the question banks there.
Yeah. So I'm just doing those.
And it's up to date. It's a recent one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Got it. I think it was Christmas.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's good.
Pretty recent.
Awesome.
What was that thing? It was a couple of lessons ago. Something about learner drivers are now able to drive on motorways, or they might be.
Yeah, as of June this year. I think it's June.
Okay.
So yeah, it's pretty big. I think it's going to make a lot
That's
of
a good thing as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Although the dual carriageway is pretty much a baby motorway, it's still a lot different, isn't it?
In terms of volume of traffic and general speed, I'd say, yeah. There's an A road near here with 3 lanes, which is quite useful for my training now at the moment anyway. So, so I always get people on that. But yeah, you're only allowed on with an instructor, aren't you? A qualified instructor, I believe.
Oh, okay, so you can't go in there with like your parents?
No, so that's the one area you won't be able to.
Because my mum's going to get me some motorway lessons as well.
Yeah, it's worth it. Just, I think the best thing is to have a proper purpose, a destination.
Yeah.
And set the sat nav as well.
Yeah, I think my mum and my dad was going to get me a sat nav or something.
Yeah, so if you've got your own sat nav, it'd be good to use that, of course. And I think it'll make a lot of instructors step up their game. I do, so I see a lot, or hear of a lot, not doing much faster driving training. Faster driving, so we'll see.
So we're going left, aren't we?
It's going to be a right now, actually. Sorry about that. Yeah, right turn, second exit. That's not including the Texaco, okay?
Yeah.
next roundabout, Jack.
Go over it later.
Keep us rolling. If it changes to amber, of course, just make sure nobody's stepping across. But if you're rolling, you can kind of get in front of the van sooner. Probably be a tussle now though, so I'll leave you to it anyway. Go round the roundabout, Jack, turn right, it's not a problem. Go all the way around and then we'll come off here. So this is what you do if you go the wrong way or you can't get the lane in time. Simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the way around. Nice and steady. Lose your life down that pothole. Awesome, and that's how you do it, folks. And how's your YouTube channel going?
Yeah, it's going well.
Yeah?
I haven't gained that many fairly recently. It was like 63, 64.
Yeah.
But
Are you getting any engagement, comments and stuff?
not really. I think I just, to be fair, it's not the end of the world if I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But I just enjoy making videos.
Yeah.
The 2004 Ferrari Formula 1 car, that was a good video. Well, sounds good.
It's basically a demo of you racing, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Is that something that people can take tips from for their own racing and stuff? Do you commentate on it?
No, I need to, but if they want to ask questions on like the car setup and all that, then go ahead.
So yeah, and I'll put a link to Jack's YouTube channel in the description of this video, so if anybody wants to check it out, anybody that's into the racing games, then go and check that out. Because I used to have the seat in that. I told you when I first met, didn't I? I used to have, well, I still got Gran Turismo, I ain't got the seat anymore.
Yeah.
I used to take part in the GT Academy, which they hold every year.
Oh, I did that, yeah.
So you can like win a racing scholarship if you're good, but you've got to be good.
Oh, yeah.
Really good to get into that.
I think on a drifting event, I came like top 10. I was
Really?
like, I was buzzing.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty special. Right, okay, Jack. So we're going to go ahead at the roundabout, second exit. And at the next two roundabouts, we're going to go ahead second exit.
Going ahead with this one.
That's it. Second, yeah. Just cancel that, Jack.
I think the reason I picked that one
Yeah.
was because obviously you can go left there as well. You could go straight round.
Oh, turn right there.
Yeah. I mean, you can go around it.
Okay, so you signalled left from the beginning. Or did you signal? I thought you signalled right. Yeah.
Signalled right.
If you signal right, what does that give the impression as you approach the exit you're going to take?
Like you might just want to change lane.
Well, Yeah, it could give the impression you're in one lane, you want to change lanes. It'd also give the impression that, because you're coming, if you tell them you're coming round, they'll give way to you, potentially, and they don't need to.
Yeah.
Because you're coming off, not carrying on round, you see what I mean? So, we'll take the next left, please, Jack. We've done pulling up on the right before, yeah? So I'm going to ask you to pull up on the right shortly, as long as there's sufficient space. I'm just going to have a look.
Okay.
Alright, there's a big parking bay on the right, so I'd like you to, yeah, pull up on the right, please. Fantastic. Okay, so let's just have a quick talk, just cancel the signal. Let's just have a quick chat to keep the engine running, so keep the aircon on today especially.
Yeah.
So let's just have a quick chat over the type of things that we're going to encounter on these roads. So when I say single track, I mean it's as wide as one of these lanes,
Yeah.
all the way through.
Okay.
What do you think I mean by passing places?
But like, there's cut out areas where you can sort of go in like little bays and then the car can go past it.
Good stuff. So what type of condition do you think these roads are going to be? Well kept? No.
A lot of potholes and
And we've just had that weather, haven't we? All that snow and ice, and then we've had that rain and that.
no heat.
So yeah, so I think it's likely that we're going to come up against potholes. We talked about that earlier. How are we going to spot them from a distance?
But like, it's a black patch in the road where you can physically see them.
So we're going to look out for those, and also, what condition do you think those pulling places are going to be like?
Not the best.
Not the
dirty.
best. Yeah, and there's a lot of fly tipping that goes on down these roads. Do you know what I mean by fly tipping?
No.
It's when people just chuck rubbish out. They'll do a job and chuck all this crap out the back of the van or something into the country road.
Ah, okay.
They're putting up a lot of cameras and stuff to stop it, but just look out. And some people come into them passing places quite quick. You don't want to, because the next thing is there's a big dip and you're going to scrape the underside of your car and stuff. So we want to be at the right speed for the right place. What's the general rule with going quicker? Do you remember that thing we said? Only go as fast as
You can see around the corner. What that?
kind of the distance. Yeah, the distance you can see to be clear, which wouldn't be around the corner unless it was a wide one, unless you position tactically.
Yeah.
So if you're going round a right bend, where might you position, as long as it's not a sharp hairpin where you can't see nothing?
More to the left. So, well, if you can see what's coming towards that corner, then you might want to be more centre of the road.
Yeah.
But if you can't see what's round it to the left, because a car or bike might be there.
Yeah, and on this road here we've got a couple of hairpins, really sharp ones, so we're definitely going to be on the left for that. What might we open as we approach the bend, so that we can hear if something's coming?
Window.
And what might we sound so that they can hear us?
A horn.
Exactly, because they could be in the wrong side of the road, couldn't they?
Yeah.
So if we use our senses, right, because we can't see everything, look over hedges as we're coming towards. What type of vehicles may we encounter on these types of roads, do you think? Yeah. So you're going to be thinking about your priorities and stuff, aren't you? But to be fair, when you see a big vehicle, use common sense. We're not going to argue with them, are we?
In some cases, don't you have to reverse back as well?
You might.
Yeah.
And sometimes you might have to go into a passing place on the right. It's just working together really. But the trick is make sure we're slow enough to stop. You might see a national speed limit sign on the way in. Are we going to be doing 60?
Probably not.
Probably not even touch 30. But if we come to some straight bits,
Then you can see what's ahead. Go ahead.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Be mindful of the road surface, and
Yeah.
there might be a pothole, so bear that in mind. Probably still want to do the full 60, but we'll see. Overtaking cyclists can be a bit of an issue on these. There isn't sufficient space, and if you go on the grass verge, it's so inconsistent. You don't know what the grass has grown over. There could be, again, somebody could have tipped a box of nails out. You just don't know. There could be anything. So we just need to be aware of all of those things, really. I think that's pretty much it. I'm sure there was one more thing I was going to go over, but I forgot.
Okay.
What's your thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah? Ready?
Yeah.
All right then. So I'll just be giving you a bit of an insight as to what I'd be thinking as we go through. I think just
Yeah.
directing you with speed, position, just for the first bit, and then we'll hand it over. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll drive on when you're ready, and we'll be taking the next road on the right.
Okay. I can't actually see around that car, so I could reverse back a bit.
Could do. That's why I was quite glad you didn't go right up to it.
Yeah, because I can't see sort of past that brown patch of where the sign is.
Got you. You just need to see enough distance, don't you, to pull out, basically.
Yeah.
Do you think any of these could park behind us?
They could do.
So just be careful with moving when something's overtaking, because you're not sure what they're going to fully do.
There's no potholes beside us as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see down there now.
Awesome. You see where the cyclist just come out from?
Yeah. Go down there.
We are. So look at all the signs as you come in. It's going to give you all the information for the road that you need. You see it?
Yeah. Single track.
Okay. Then there's our speed limit.
Yeah.
We'd be looking. So just easing off, Jack. Because the furthest point we can see is the side of that green hedge there, against the tree. If someone was doing 40 around that corner, we've got to make sure that we can stop. So remembering each passing place, there's one we could use. All right, it might be somebody's drive, but we could pinch a bit of the space, couldn't we? How far can you see ahead?
Fairly far.
Yeah. And what's the road surface like?
Pretty good at the moment.
All right. Good to feel you easing off there, because we get to a bit where we can't see. Why is there an upside down triangle? Spot on, Jack. Good. That was a nasty one as well, wasn't it? Good on you. Why is there an upside down triangle?
It's a giveaway line.
Okay, we're going to turn left there. Be slow as you approach, because if something tears around that bend, we want to have the best chances of, well, not the worst happening, basically.
Yeah.
And if you get to a junction on a road like this, you can't see anything, open your window so you can hear potentially traffic coming towards you.
Yeah.
Even if it's, say, an electric car, you'll hear the road noise. You won't hear the engine.
Yeah.
Cyclists are a bit different, so you still got to take your time when you're coming out. So what we got on the left here?
The bay sort of area.
Mm-hmm. Up and down, aren't they? Very inconsistent. And you can see they've had the road up here to lay some cables, but then that's, the more freezes we have, the more they're going to turn into potholes in future.
Yeah, sort of already are.
Yeah.
I think one thing that's not hard, but trying to figure out where potholes there, you've got to sort of line your wheel up really quickly the way your wheel is.
Mm-hmm. What have we got in the far distance, Jack?
Sharp corner.
If something comes down, we could just reverse to this bit, couldn't we, if it was a big vehicle, that
Yeah.
passing place. So it's like, well spotted, another pothole. So it's like bookmarking them in your brains.
Yeah.
So there's one, yeah, so. sharp. We've got the chevron arrow, haven't we, to highlight the sharpness. So come off the gas, just cover the brake here, and just keep. That's it. Good call there. Fantastic. See if you can see anything through the trees. You might not, so don't look for too long. What have we got coming up in the distance?
Zigzag roads on this swiggly roads.
A couple of bends, yeah. God, they're bad potholes, aren't they?
But we don't want to bring a small car through here. When you think of country roads, you think it's going to be nice. No.
Tell me as soon as you see evidence of the end of the road, a junction, anything at all.
It looks like a bit of a hill there, but whether that's the end of a road or not. There's a giveaway sign up there, it's one bush.
That's a good spot, that is, to spot that. That's the other thing, we might have horses and stuff down here, so it's really crucial that we're not ever going too fast, just in case all of a sudden they're there. What do you see?
Giveaway.
Turn right there, please.
That line was a lot further away than I thought then.
Yeah. Good stuff. So nobody has priority really. If you see these sticks, it's red on our side. But if you look in your mirror, the other side of them sticks will be white.
Yeah.
And it'll be opposite to them as well. So really it's there to make you more alert and more aware. So what did we have painted on the road there?
There was a sign bend on it.
Yeah.
Oh, there was sort of
Just ease off.
paint on down like that.
Keep tight. It's just a little picture of a little bike. There's get a lot of cyclists down here. So just ease off now. This one's really sharp. Sound the horn now. Keep. And then. Okay, cool. That's it. So just steering left a bit more, bit slower. That's enough. So if we take a little bit of the grass, they take a little bit of the grass. None of us are, you know, risking too much with the vehicle. How was that? Your first encounter?
Yeah, it's nice. I thought they were all little birds then.
Yeah. So if something comes now, what could you use?
Horn, I suppose.
Well, if you already see it, you wouldn't need to. But what I mean is you could use the passive place.
Yeah.
So go get second early enough for this one, so it's relatively short. I don't think the horn's necessary because it's opening up as we get closer, isn't it? So what I'll do now, I'll just ease off with the instruction a little bit and I'll just let you sort of think about what you're doing a little bit more. Is that alright?
Yeah.
Talk out loud if you wish, tell me what you're thinking and what you're preparing for and whatnot. Picturesque down here today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely.
It's a sharp bend up ahead.
Yeah. It's a good road position. Planning well, getting your foot down a bit. I would on this stretch. You're just spotting the potholes really, or an animal could run out, I guess. But you're going to see a car, aren't you? I can't see any driveways as such, or a farm gate or whatnot. So, what can you tell me about the road ahead?
It's bending, it's now 30.
Yeah, why is it 30 now?
So we're back in
The land of the living.
yeah.
Good job with the gears. So that's it pretty much, really. Just a bit of an intro to that in case you ever come up to it. So that's how I tackle that. Those are the things I'd be thinking of.
Yep.
Any questions or anything, or are you good?
Good.
Yeah, awesome. Think that was useful?
Yeah.
Turn right at the end, please. Are you conscious of what could have happened then?
I did know I rolled back a bit and that person was behind me.
Yeah. In normal circumstances, a little rollback. A little rollback wouldn't be a massive problem, but if there's a pedestrian walking behind the car, you can bet your life they're not going to give you a clearance in case you roll back.
Yeah.
So just be ultra aware. That's why I checked, just in case I needed to brake, which you kind of cleared. But just be ultra aware and just make sure, because you know what you're doing with your feet there. So just get them set in a bit earlier for the balance, yeah, on the hill. So if we have that situation again, I'll ask you earlier. I'll get you thinking about it sooner.
Yeah.
You know, as we're getting up to the junction, somebody waiting.
Yeah.
I'll ask you what you think could happen, and that'll just prompt you to get set. Cars to overtake, weren't it? That what he was doing, especially in a Skoda. Joke.
Wait, just go down.
Jack's got a Skoda for those who are watching. Just to let you in on the joke. I thought you had a Skoda.
I thought you meant I thought you meant my dad. But yeah, I've got a Skoda.
Nah, they're all right, aren't they? They used to have a bit of a reputation, didn't they? That.
Yeah, but they're good. They're good. Like for a first car, it's a good little car. So.
Oh, it's a sound car. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I mean, they're made. Who are they made by now? Is it?
It's Audi.
Exactly. So it's all kind of the same stuff in it that goes into it. But there was a time where there was very sort of standard and basic, and
Yeah. Now
they're not like that now.
Now some of them look better than some of the like Mercedes, and even some of the Audis. Most of it's Audi inside, so
Yeah.
can't really tell too much of a difference.
Keep left and go back on the power. Try not to be too slow. Because if you look at the width of the road
Yeah.
and the visibility round, yes, it's a bend, but it's very, but you can see it well before you even get to the bend round it. Try and keep the power on based on the speed limit. Yeah? You don't want anything getting aggravated behind you. So the roundabout, we're going to turn right for Derby, A6. That's I'll leave you to plan for that. Lovely. wrong again, are you?
No.
Good on you.
I check that every time now.
So it's the next exit, Jack.
Yeah.
So just look out for signs for when to start signal.
Normally there's like the line with the stripes, isn't there?
If you think that one said half a mile, so to get to 300 yards is going to be quite a distance, and then you're going to see a 300 yard mark. Onto the slip road, then you're going to see a few lanes in front of you, or start to open up in front of you. We're going to turn right. Okay. It doesn't actually say right because it's kind of classed as the road ahead, but still signal right. I would.
I know where we are.
Because of the particular direction we're going to go. We're going to head up and over for the Blue Jay, McDonald's way. Alright.
Going up.
That's it. So when we come round, we're going to have 3 lanes in front of us where that green van is there, green and blue, and we'll take the, do you remember which one? The far right. I'll point it out anyway. So right hand lane. It's up and over, yeah.
Oh yeah, up and over. Oh yeah,
That's
up
it.
and over the bridge.
Probably where that lorry's going to go, to be fair. Yeah, where that lorry's going. And we'll just recap your Bay Park as requested. Lovely. Anybody else going to do the same? Especially because somebody's just done it. Because people tend to copy people, don't they? So turning right at the roundabout, it's going to be your 3rd exit. Right, then cross that lane, next left please, into the Blue Jay. And just follow the car park round and just pulling forwards into any bay you like first, just to recap that.
Okay.
If you don't mind. Any way you like, take your time, think about what we went over. If you want to recap it first, let me know, otherwise just go into any bay. Okay. Alright. So, what you like on that side?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah?
By the line, but I'm in it. Quite far over.
How much width did you give yourself between you and the lines?
Not that much. I sort of just came in and drove in.
If there was a car next to you on that side,
I'll probably not get out.
you wouldn't have got in, I don't think.
Yeah.
Without it. So, then that's why we're a little bit.
Yeah.
Because so you've got to just been further over, I think.
Yeah.
Focus more on the initial setup and the speed, and the rest of it, you know what you're doing, I think.
Right.
Anyway, we've still got the job done, haven't we? Pretty much, we're inside the lines. I'm not sure whether that would be picked up on the test or not. The amount that you cut that line,
Okay.
you've got to cut it to an extent, as we said last week. Right, anyway, do you know what I mean by why you should have come across earlier on that roundabout that we've just come off? Because you saw the spiral line and you kind of spiralled a bit and then you kind of come back in.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I sort of knew why you were saying come across a bit earlier. I think I was just. I knew I had to go that way, but I think in my head I would have done it when I would have done it unless you would have said me to go over now. Yeah.
If you're in the lane that we took then, and then crossed last, I say last second, I don't mean it like that, but it was near the end. What's the danger with the entry just before our exit? Because there's our exit and there's the entry as we come round.
If they might think we're going round again, or they might hear us.
Yeah. And because there's a lane, cars don't like stopping at roundabouts, do they? And if they can keep moving, they'll keep moving and they'll keep coming out at you towards you.
Yeah.
If you're in the left-hand lane at that point, can they keep coming out?
Yeah. No, if you're not, no.
They'll crash into you if they do.
Yeah.
Which they could do if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But you've got to almost put yourself as a blocker.
Yeah.
So you're blocking them. So you're making sure that as you come across, nobody's going to try and be smart and keep coming, because that happens. It happens to me, and I'm by no stretch going around the roundabout slow, but it's like an increased risk that doesn't need to happen.
Yeah.
So just have a think about that. That's the reason why that spiral's there. That's the reason for that.
Oh, okay.
So you follow that out, and you're still turning right in the left-hand lane, and then you swap that left signal as soon as you get past that entry where that van's coming through now.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just a little quirky one, really. So yeah, what do you feel about the Bay Park? What do you want to do about it?
I don't mind really.
Do you want to recap it again, or is that enough for you to know what you need to do for next time and revisit it next time? The forwards one, anyway. I'm talking.
Yeah, I think I pretty much sort of remember what we did last time. I remember trying to get your. Obviously, I feel like I'm quite close, but I'm not. Or am I? Because I remember the windmill had me sort of sitting on top of the curb, didn't it?
And is it now?
It's just above it. But yeah, it's not
Tiny gap.
fairly. Yeah, it's not massive. I suppose it's quite big. I suppose I can move forward. I feel like I'm quite close to that though. From me anyway, I feel like I'm quite close to that.
It feels reasonably close, and I think with that sticks out. It's not just the curb. You see that wood, it angles out forwards, doesn't it? The furthest point out, the sticky out bit.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to be a bit more careful with that, don't you?
Yeah.
But either way, we're in the bay enough, aren't we? You can tell that by looking across. So let's not focus too much on that. Did you want? So basically, so that's fine, pretty much. We'll see what you like with reverse out in a minute. So there's a few things to remember with that. But the thing to remember, Jack, the car's width. Every time, car's width.
Yeah.
Just gives you a bit more room to breathe and room to think about how much you're going to cut and cross, and can you take some off and whatever. Is that all right? Mm-hmm. What do you want to do next? Do you want to do the reverse one?
Have a go at it.
Yeah, it's up to you. It's your call.
Yeah, I'll have a go at reverse.
Yeah. All right. And what are you trying to achieve out of that then? What do you want to find out?
Try and get my mind around all the lines again.
All right. Yeah.
There's one. I know there's 4 lines, and you were going to go between 3 and 4, weren't you? Or is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You will. Yeah.
Yeah.
From the initial first line.
Yeah.
Mhm. So if you reverse out of here the way that we discussed, and if I were you, I would reverse that way, so you can use that end quiet bit there to park.
Quite a bit of room behind me as well. So.
Yeah. Excellent. You don't want any help with it, just leave you to it. Is that right?
Yeah, the first initial bit, see if I
Yeah.
can get it. Should I go into these?
I would.
Yeah. I use that line as the first one.
Good there with the positioning.
It's about halfway on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Sort my mirror out whilst I'm here.
Just pause there. There's one point you haven't checked. It's something we worked on extensively last lesson.
Alright, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I looked in the mirror, I know that.
Yeah, 'cause it's not the right shoulder though, is it?
No.
So, look, it's really unlikely here. But if it was a different car park, or if it was there could be something coming from that corner towards you
Yeah, I suppose.
that you wouldn't see in that mirror.
Yeah.
Check every time, and then you'll never miss anything. All right.
Okay.
And the thing is, you won't forget it on the reverse
Yes.
right. You won't forget it on the emergency stop. So just keep it,
Okay.
keep practicing it, keep it. Make sure you check the actual. That's it, not the mirror. Yeah, that's fine. I need a glance. It's fine. Thoughts?
Well, that went pretty well.
Me too. Pretty easy, wasn't it?
Yeah. I remembered the corner thing, the curve.
Yeah, I can tell we're nicely all the way back there. So, what about the right shoulder?
Check it every time.
Yeah. So you need.
Yeah.
So it's not what it might feel like, which is you are looking right, but you're looking the bit that's covered anyway in the mirror
Yeah.
and out your peripheral. So when you look when you look forward, you can see that at the corner of your eye, around
Yeah.
there. You'd see if anything was coming towards you.
Yeah.
So we won't know if anything's coming in the distance that's then going to join us, and we don't expect it. And
Yeah.
so it's over the shoulder, leaning forwards a little bit. Yeah, like one of them.
No.
So I think it's not subject related.
Yeah.
It's remembering
To do it.
to do it as just a skill in itself.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, that's it really. Are you happy with that as a recap?
Yeah. No.
We can always look at it later on, can't we?
Yeah.
So with Forwards Park next time, what are you going to have more of before you do it?
More car space.
Okay. So let's go off now then. If you haven't got anything you want to go over, let's go off now and have a look at just a little bit more of an introduction to just round the test area, Alveston, Allenton,
Yeah, sure.
just round here really. Yeah. So drive on when you're ready.
Check the right shoulder then.
Before you go, Jack, what did you see in that left mirror?
The grass. Do you know what? I did look at that and I went, that doesn't look right.
Pub gardens are busy, aren't they? Last couple of days we
Yeah.
drive past the packed.
It's a nice day though to go and have a pub lunch. or
Yeah,
something.
definitely. We're going to turn right at the end. first exit. And also, if that car had been in the left-hand lane over there, you'd have gone. Do you know what I mean? Because they're further away, and you don't know that, and you know they're not going to turn round in on you.
Yeah.
So it serves a few purposes. Looking at it again in that light there.
Yeah.
I bet the designer of that roundabout's like, I'm about as useless as a guy at BMW who does the indicators. I've done this for everybody, nobody's following it, nobody's using it.
Yeah.
So as you know, test is just over there.
Yeah.
So just have a scout around the local area till we head back, see what comes up, try and get you in some judgmental situations, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
See what cracks off. So at the roundabout, just follow the road ahead.
Okay.
Turn right, third exit. Job there. I was expecting you to. Not expecting you. I don't mean that as in I've got no faith in you. I was half expecting to make an error, because a lot of people do there. They forget it's 3 lanes, and they drive. If they use the middle to turn right, they drive forward and drive straight to the right without checking, without knowing they're doing it. So well done to you. It could do with being renewed, to be honest.
Yeah, especially in like almost a cream colour surface.
What, the floor?
Yeah.
So we've been doing 35 for a while. Kind of justified here, got all the cars, but back there,
Yeah.
what could we have been doing?
40.
Yeah, I reckon so. Well back there. I kind of get it here. You got the lorry, you got the hazards, you got the lights. You know, you might be easing off a bit, anticipating and whatnot. Sorry, you were going to say?
I think it was just because of the speed cameras, to be honest.
Right, okay. At the roundabout at the end, Jack, we're going to turn right, third exit. See the sign writing on that van?
Yeah.
What do you think about that sign writing?
Unreadable.
Exactly. Exactly.
There's a third exit and now, mate.
Yes, we are, third exit. spiral.
Yeah, I sort of got the hang of that one. So
And turn right, by the way, at the next lights.
yeah, because as I was going round, I saw it sort of peeled off, so when I follow that, it worked.
Yeah. It's as simple as that. Spot it and follow it.
Yeah.
So this is all test route stuff that we're doing now.
Okay.
Yeah. I think familiarity with an area, it's
helps
always
you.
it does,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
gives you a bit of confidence where you could roughly be going.
Exactly. You don't have to think as much about where you're going, do you? Just about how you're doing what you're doing
Yeah.
instead. So we're kind of killing two birds with one stone here.
Yeah. I can go, can't
You
I?
can
Green
and do.
light, yeah.
Do wait behind that. If you wait here and the light and the gap comes, you could never take it because you're nowhere near the actual point of turn to turn into the new road. So you've got to be waiting here, almost queuing to turn in. Does that make more sense?
Yeah. There was a question on the vehicle test I was doing, and I sort of disagreed with it a little bit.
Yeah. What was?
Because it was something like that, but it was saying you're at a traffic light, so you're turning left.
Yeah.
And there was obviously a green arrow, or there was a green light to go forward, and it went, what light must you not go on? So there was an amber and red. So I went, well, that's your coming to it. And then there was just a green light, and then there was a green with an arrow, where it was just an arrow. So I went just the green, and it came up with it being amber then red. So I went,
What light mustn't you go at? Amber and red.
yeah, must you not go at? Yeah.
Amber and red.
Yeah, I think there are sort of two ways in my mind you can look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because do you know what it means? It means when the lights have changed, it's going to be red, and then it's going to be solid amber and solid red together. What that means is prepare to go. It's always the phase that comes after it's been on just red.
Yeah.
Prepare to go and only go on green. Be ready to go on green.
Yeah.
Is that what the conclusion you come to?
No, I think obviously if it's going amber then red means no, you can't go. So I think that was just what my mum and all was saying.
You get a singular amber though, don't you? First, you've got to turn right at around about the third exit.
Yeah, it's just.
You see there, it was singular amber, then red.
Yeah.
So it's slightly different before it changes, different after, but also some have the flashing amber phase, don't they? So there's quite a few variances.
Different combinations.
But the flashing amber are usually at pedestrian crossings
Yeah.
rather than traffic lights.
What's that called in Texas? Isn't that a there was all the Pelican crossings and the what's the other one?
So there's Pelican, Puffin, Toucan,
those.
Pegasus,
Yeah. I get confused with those.
Zebra.
I know zebra. That's kind of obvious that one.
Yeah.
But all of the toucan and the puffin. I'm so confused
To
about
me, it's like the only really thing that matters is you know how to deal with the lights that you see.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess knowing the type of crossing could help you with anticipating what could happen, I guess.
Yeah.
But you've got enough to try and think about without remembering each type of crossing and what it does when you learn. You know, you start learning. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
a good way to complicate things, I think.
Yeah. It's a bit like tiny bit of Formula One, I suppose. They talk about the tyres because us spectating and everything. When you go, oh, he's on the yellow striped soft tyres or purple ultra soft.
Right.
And the drivers say like the prime and the option and all that, and it can get a bit confusing because we don't know what the prime tyre is on that day in race.
Oh right, yeah.
So it can get a bit confusing for us, but we tend to just figure it out by what tyre they're on, or the commentators tell us.
Yeah.
But it can get a bit confusing sometimes.
It seems quite busy. So I think what we'll do is we might turn off, you know, and you know this test stuff we said we was going to do, probably pick it back up from the beginning next week.
Okay.
If I see you next week, right from the beginning, then we can get
How
proper,
many lessons have we got? One more?
get proper stuck into it.
Have I got one more?
What's today? Hour 9 and 10 of this current block.
So what was my
Yeah, because last week was 7 and 8.
Yeah.
So this is 9 and 10 by the end of it. So we'll take the next road on the right as long as it says street. Yeah. Do you know why I said that?
Maybe a one way? I don't know.
Because if it's like avenue or close,
Oh yeah, it's a dead end.
might be it might be. Not always, but generally something to look out for. That's weird. I just seen a Dalmatian. I got in my house last night. My lad was watching 101 Dalmatians. I said to him, mate, watched this for about 15 years. I feel really quite old saying that. I'm going to turn right at the end, please.
I just had a vision of like this old guy come zooming across the road on a mobility scooter then.
With a boombox, we're going to turn right at the crossroads.
Yeah. I can't believe that, that's funny.
Yeah, you know, funnily enough, the lady who I'm teaching, who I dropped off, who he drove past, she watched the video and heard me on about it. I said to her, can you record it next time? I can get a visual on it on the video.
Yeah.
It was funny. When you reach the end, turn left. Synchronised waving there. There's no I in team, is there? My first car was called Team. Punto Team. Fiat Punto Team. It had like a little team sticker at the back.
Do you like name your cars? I know it's so weird.
You're joking, aren't you? The name of them's the name of them. As in Peugeot 208, that's it. GTI or something, whatever. Do you? Have you?
My mum's the name of my car.
Women tend to, don't they? They do tend to.
Nice. I suppose some car guys sort of do. But like, some cars get a sort of reputation. People call it like, I don't know.
The Beast.
Yeah, or like, for example, the GTR is known as Godzilla.
Is it?
Because one is an absolute beast and it's from Japan. So their nickname's Godzilla.
That Lamborghini Aventador, though, have you heard that one? Have you watched any reviews of the event? Is it the Aventador?
What, the new one, the old
It's like the comes in black matte, I think. Anyway, we'll focus on the driving. So we're going to go ahead, second exit. So what light wouldn't you go on, Jack?
a red.
And
A solid amber.
and solid red together, yeah?
Oh yeah.
But you would be preparing to go on green, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
At that, because that's what we picked.
Straight across.
That's it, second exit. reckon.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. How did you know I was on about that?
I know they come in.
They're
like
dead
that.
loud, aren't they?
Oh yeah, V10s.
It's just
The best sound.
ridiculously loud. I've been watching a few reviews on it. It's mental.
Like, that's my dream car.
Is it?
Yeah. Like, over a Bugatti or anything, it's the sound that gets me. Can't beat a V10. I think it's just how quickly it shifts its gears as well. It's
Yeah.
instant. But yeah, that's, there was a matte black one in Birmingham, and it looked like something out of Transformers because it had its hazards lights on as well. So it was just, it did catch your eye, and you looked at it and you went, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. The event store's too big. It's as wide as a London bus.
They're really wide, aren't they? Some of these supercars.
Oh yeah. Tyres are as well.
At the second set of lights,
Yeah.
turn right. At the traffic lights, to be precise.
I know where we are. It's relevant.
You know where we are?
Yeah.
Some good curry houses around here. I love that curry.
Do you prefer curry or Chinese?
Curry, to be honest.
Okay.
I do. There's a decent Chinese near mine. I'm not a massive fan on it generally, just because it's dead salty.
Yeah.
You wake up in the middle of the night, don't you? You can't like.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like. Is this going to affect us?
No.
Nah.
Well, we're not moving, so. See, I can.
Yeah. Because if you don't, what could you miss if a gap comes? Oh, I've just answered it.
Yeah.
You'd miss a gap, wouldn't you? Why is it a bad idea to be angled, or have your tyres turned in any right turn
If
position?
you get shumped from behind, you
Yeah.
could swerve off or.
Yeah, you're gonna go. I'll let you focus here. Quite a lot going on. Yeah, you're gonna definitely go into the path of oncoming traffic, aren't you? Rather than going straight,
Yeah.
which wouldn't be ideal, but it would be a hell of a lot safer.
Yeah.
So have a think about that, yeah?
Yeah.
That's maybe an area we could just make sure that you are confident with going forward. That's the only sort of thing I've detected really today that I can.
I think the only thing with those crossings is I just get a bit confused. Obviously, green on every light means you can go, but it's when it gets arrows, when we get like as there, it's a green dot or a green arrow.
Get
I
you.
just get a bit confused.
The way to think of it, when the green light comes on, particularly if you're first in the queue, treat it like a normal right turn scenario from there on in. A right turn scenario, so you only turn if you can, but you do wait at the point to turn like you normally would. If the arrow comes on, it's telling you to turn.
Yeah.
So you just have a little look, make sure it is safe, and that's it. Does that make more sense?
Yeah.
To think of it, try to think of it like that. Follow the road round to the left, but I want you to position in the far right lane when you turn left.
Okay.
So it's going to be lane 3 when you turn left. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so we're going left but wide sort of.
Exactly. So you're going to go left a bit, and then you're going to go across, and then land in lane 3.
Yeah.
You don't do it early. The car behind will beat you to it. If you see what I mean. You have to be really defensive with your road position. Make sure nobody could go either side of you. Just ease back from the bus. You'll see it more before you're actually there. I don't know if we've done it before or if you're aware of it. You see.
Oh yeah.
That's it. That's it. Something along those lines. Nobody else is getting there before you then.
Yeah.
And then the reason we've gone into this lane, what do you think?
Right.
You got it. And can you see where you're going to be turning in already?
Yeah, there.
Where
that blue arrow is.
Fantastic.
Yesterday there must have been about 20 sport bikes go along the dual carriageway. They're making such a noise.
Whereabouts was that? Near yours?
Yeah, you know the sort of bridge we go over, sort of near the as we're coming into mine. Roughly. If we go over, I'll show you. But it's on the A38.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. They were going up and down there. It was just the noise was insane. It sounded like a racetrack.
Powerful though, aren't they? Because there's nothing to them. It's like rockets.
I think my favourite bike's the Kawasaki Ninja H2R.
Don't know anything about them jack bikes, to be honest with you. I'm going to be totally honest.
It has it's like I think it's 300 brake horsepower on the bike. It's like 200 and something mile an hour. It's the fastest bike. I like my bikes, but I prefer my cars.
I think for me it's just the sheer convenience of a car. And I suppose there's a bit more safety there in the event of a crash and that. So just follow the road ahead, straight ahead. And at the roundabout, Jack, turning right. Certainly gets people outdoors, doesn't it, when it's warm?
Yeah. He wasn't going to stop, was he?
He weren't, was he? Our road ahead from that, if you can. Could be a cyclist coming around the wrong way, do you think?
Yeah.
Could be. That way. See, it says buses and cyclists only on that blue one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? And then it's saying buses on the road as well, so there's quite a lot of info there that you... I think there was a lot of info, and he's prioritising a few things out of it, really.
Yeah.
You know. Do you want to go back round and have another look at it?
Might be an idea.
So you can see sort of why.
Yeah.
Where, was it easy, or was it just not looking properly? Or all right, so we'll turn right at the end, and it'll be the next road on the right. It'll only take 30 seconds to get around, but it's probably worth it. Because if you're on your own then, who knows where if you'd have ended up going there or not.
Car coming, isn't there?
Open your window if you need to a bit, see if you can hear anything coming. So I was trying to get you to think about, just because it's one way,
Yeah.
do you think that, you know, there could be students, or I'm not saying students would do, just students would do that, but there's, look, it's flats and things, so thinking about people won't always do what they're meant to do, basically, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just people in general.
Yeah.
So the first one,
yeah.
that one.
Set buttons on the side. Yeah, there's a right turn, except there's a buses on the side of it.
There's a lot of information, isn't there, to be fair? You come round that corner, it's like...
Yeah.
So when we get to the end of the road, turn left. What's likely to happen if you get down a bus lane? Or end up in a bus lane?
You'll get beeped at.
I reckon so. What do you reckon you'll have land on your mat at home?
A ticket.
I reckon so. And we've got a choice of two here, go to the left. Keep in the lane you're in
Yeah.
and follow it ahead. So what do brown signs do then?
Like, place you should go.
What does this sign mean with the X on?
Like the end of the what is it? What it is now? What is it? Yeah, I remember.
Do you want me to help you?
Yeah.
It's a no stopping zone. It's classed as like an urban clearway, so no stopping. You see on the end though, it said end, so that's the end of no stopping. So you could stop if you needed to. Not that it'd be very convenient, but I suppose legally you could. And we'll turn left at the next set of lights. And we'll take the next road on the left. Turn left at the end. And follow our road ahead. It's one of the oldest pubs in Derby, that one, 7 stars. I think it was like 1500s or something. Earlier than that. It's old, isn't it? If you go in it and you stand at the bar, there's like an old well, and you look down it. It's got like a glass cover on it. You stand on it. It's kind of weird.
There's a massive well at a family villa in Portugal.
Is there?
It's huge. Like if you fall in, you're not getting back out. It's
Wow.
massive.
You ever been down?
I
In
don't-
your villa?
There's my grandparents'
Right.
villa. They've sort of built like a nice family holiday home.
In Portugal?
Yeah, the Algarve.
Oh, I went there for, went to the Algarve for my honeymoon actually. they rent it out and that, or is it just family?
No, just family.
Yeah.
I think it's too precious to them.
Yeah. Fair play. So what's this telling us with these lights then?
We're going straight forward, aren't we?
Yeah. Where's that then? Actually underneath the house, or?
No, it's down in their garden.
Yeah.
So the way they did, they bought the land when they built the house on the land. But the garden is just, has like, it's just a massive, like, I would say woodland, it's just a load of grassed area and like ruins and everything. The big well down there because it's all of the underground rivers. That's where they get the water from and everything, I think.
I was going to say, because the water's still like that salt water, isn't it?
Yeah, so they have to filter it all out and everything. That could be quite a pain. So when you go to the house, everything's been shut down for however long. You just got to go in, turn all the pumps on.
10 minutes left. Yeah.
You just got to go on, turn all the pumps on and just run all the water for like 5 minutes and it'll come out like brown and then you just see it like clear up. Like,
yeah.
Oh, that's busy.
Moving though. It's just this bit where it's slow, where the traffic's joining. But up there it's moving, not too bad. Apparently the water out of our taps, if you really inspect it and put it under filters, loads of crap in it.
No.
Quick sideways. Because you know what, the lorry might be letting you in, but you know that space?
Yeah.
What could be happening in that space?
Bike or car can get into it.
Now imagine the van realises it's turning left, oh, going the left hand lane. So as you come in, the van comes in. So do just keep on with that shoulder, you know what I mean? That shoulder again, isn't it? Do you see why that would be useful though? It's like changing lanes on a motorway. If you've got a left and a right and a middle, there's always that possibility of two cars having the same idea.
Yeah.
And your mirror won't show you. No way. Well, it depends where it is, but if it's right at the side, it won't show you. Do you know where you are?
Yes.
Do you think you could navigate back? Or navigate? So you could navigate back?
Yeah, I think I can navigate back.
Alright, give me a shout if you're unsure.
Going straight up.
Yeah, that's it. I'd use the least congested.
Might wash my car when I get back.
It's a nice day for it.
It's dirty.
You got your kit yet for cleaning it? All your auto glims and that?
Yeah. The wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
Someone should make like a car wax and call it wax on, wax off. Like that would be so funny with a picture of Mr. Miyagi doing that. That'd be so funny.
Somebody's definitely done it.
I don't think they have. Waxing.
It should have took off, shouldn't it, if they did?
Yeah. I'll make it.
There's got to be a first. There's always a first. west heading out of Derby at the moment. At the end here, do you remember what happens to the spacing? It kind of narrows up, doesn't it, for a little bit as it comes to one lane?
Yeah.
Is it worth changing that? There's quite a lot of cars in front, look, about 5 cars. Do you know what I mean? It gets, do you remember? It just gets a little bit narrower. Oh no, we're on a different, we're not, we're on a different road.
I saw it new and I didn't.
Don't listen to anything I tell you. Is it because we normally come off the roundabout of the hospital, don't we? Up to the A38.
Yeah.
So we're normally on this slip road here.
Yeah.
In a minute we'll see it.
Yeah, we're 1 junction back.
We're 1 junction back today.
It wouldn't really be worth overtaking anyway because I've got to move over now.
Yeah, same. So. Reckon to have new Fiestas then? You seen them? The black one there, between the Volvo and the Qashqai.
Yeah, I like the STs.
I've not seen any.
I prefer the A-class Mercedes.
Yeah. What with the fake exhaust? It's a shame that they do that. Why do they do that?
Flips.
I know, but you know it's not. You know it's just a piece of plastic and the actual exhaust inside.
I think that might be part of the package.
Yeah.
Because on the actual AMG they are real exhausts.
Yeah.
So it might just be there to sort of just look the part.
It does on first glance, but the more you keep thinking that's not the actual exhaust, the more it personally bugs me.
Yeah, it does annoy me.
Because I used to have a VXI, I used to have a triangular exhaust in the middle.
Yeah.
But the exhaust was actually triangular. You could see, there was a cover, a plastic, but you could see the triangular inside it.
Yeah. They sound good if you get popping and banging.
Yeah, they do. Just a standard like.
Yeah.
Saying that, this does a little bit, this pops a little bit.
Yeah, you can. My dad got his. I don't know what he does, but he can sort of not ride the clutch, but he does something to the gearing of it, and he can make it sort of burble.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
I've never owned a car that powerful, so not really.
No, you don't need to drive them fast. I think it's just how you just let the engine sort of tick down on itself.
Yeah, got you. Yeah.
You can just get the car to sort of burble.
Yeah.
It does sound quite nice. I think the car that really did pop and bang was probably his Nissan.
It was a GTR, was it?
No, it's a 200 SX. That was. Yeah.
Is it one of the older shapes?
Yeah, one of the older ones. But, yeah. That was. It's a shame, really. I was still fairly. I must have been about 8, maybe younger than that when we had it. And I remember bits and bobs of it, but I don't remember it like he had it yesterday. It's a bit of a shame.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright. Awesome. Keep that on for the aircon.
Yeah.
So how do you feel your driving has gone today?
Yeah, went pretty well. Think good to recap the bay parking and just remember to try and keep a bit more of a width between the pulling in, like car width.
Yeah.
What else? We did a bit countryside road. That was good, like little tips just to, I don't know, stay safe around it.
Yeah. Just tuning you in, really, isn't it? Giving you some experience. Get all the stuff in your head, what you need to be thinking about.
Yeah.
Bring it into the conscious mind. There's not been a great deal to have to sort out. What was it? It's just really just positives, really, isn't it? Just, I mean, I told you to speed up 35 once, similar to last lesson where you do 25.
Yeah.
Could have been, thinking.
The right shoulder.
The right shoulder. That's your Achilles heel at the moment. It's not. Yeah.
It's not. I don't. In a car park where you sort of knew it wasn't busy, but it's still worth to check it.
Just as a I know, and I think at this early stage, get your routines in and get them stamped in.
Yeah.
Because later on you're likely to just relax on them a little bit, and it could happen, and I don't know. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, and then lose it and forget to check it when you really need to check it. So that's why I say sometimes you're best to be doing stuff when it really matters. Yeah, you'll remember and you'll be glad you did it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's about it really. So, the next steps really is doing the test area stuff and me familiarising you with the routes, getting you that familiarity, local area.
Yeah. And
then do another mock and then see where we're really at. So is there anything that I can help you with? Anything that you want to go over?
No, I don't think so.
Alright. Okay, job done.